The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Hi, I'm Maeve,
And I'm Shaun.
and you're watching G-Rap with Baby Hector.
Let's go. We talking sports highlights, of course, real life. Let's see what's popping on the scene. We'll cover it right. The hottest local artists. We'll tell you how they started. Right here on G-Rap with Baby Hector as the pilot. Let's go.
To my left, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and most importantly, from the Burton Heights, I got Shaun right here, and he's a good childhood friend of mine, and I'm glad to have you on the show, and thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
My pleasure. And to my right, I have from Kakigawa, Japan.
Yes.
Now in Grand Rapids, one of our own. Her stage name is Salem, but her real name is Maeve. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me here.
I appreciate it. So how old were you when you knew you liked the same sex?
I don't like girls, actually.
Okay.
That was something that, I really tried to do. I knew that I liked guys the moment that I could make a friend, because I had this memory with, some other missionary kid. I told him once, I was like, oh, I think I really liked you. And I was 5 years old. And he just straight up went, don't say that. And I was so confused, because in my head, I didn't know the difference between love feelings and friend feelings. They were the same thing for me. I knew I liked guys since I was as soon as I could remember just being alive. So
I think for me, I kind of like what the way that I kind of look at it is I don't remember, because I don't recall ever feeling as though, even before transition, as if I were the same sex as the girls I liked. So
you always felt like a male.
Sure. So cognitively, people trying to explain to me that I needed to fit into a box that felt foreign to me.
Yeah.
Or tell me I needed to grow up and marry a man, or I needed to wear this. That was the foreign. And so to me, I can't really say to you what age I was when I knew I liked the same sex, because I never felt as though, really, that I was the same sex.
Okay.
And also, I don't know because at that point I think I liked boys and girls all the same. I just didn't want them to be attracted to me as a girl. I wanted them to be attracted to me as a boy, because sexual orientation and gender identity, they are not the same.
Okay. What's the difference?
Everything. For instance, you're a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You know that you're a man.
Right.
You've always felt as though you were a man.
Correct.
And you know that you like women.
Correct.
Being a man and liking women are not synonymous. You could still be a man and like men.
Right.
So that's not the same, is it?
Yes. No, it's not. It's not the same. Right. Okay.
Also, in the same token, you see a lot of people who, particularly trans men, who transition and get fully transitioned and are now attracted to men. We see that in the community a lot. And you know what it was? It wasn't that they weren't attracted to men all along. It's that they didn't want a man to be attracted to them in a woman's body.
Yeah.
So those things are so entirely different.
Yeah. I can see
You
that.
know what I
Someone's
mean?
gender.
It's like, okay,
someone's
now I'm a
sexual.
guy, so if you like me now, it's now it's kind of hot to me, but I didn't want you to like me when it was a female-male scenario. I didn't want that energy. I always needed my energy to be male, and I didn't know that it was okay with me for your energy to be male too until I got there.
Okay.
And that's not for me. I'm not necessarily a bi or a pan guy, but a lot of my friends are after transition, and it's because kind of you don't feel like you're guarding something that you don't want somebody to see, which is that femininity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that. You don't want to be seen, and when you take your clothes off, it's hard to make that go away in certain scenarios. You know what I mean?
That is so true. Before I started transitioning, I was identified as, and I called myself a gay guy. A lot of people call me a twink, and I hated that. I hated it.
What's that?
A twink is like, it's a term for a gay man who's like skinnier, no body hair. It's like a body type term. We have like a ton of like different
it's like
terms.
a smooth, sparkly little fellow.
Yes, yes, yes. And we always joke that twinks live long enough to go through twink death or transition into a trans woman. It's like so true. But
Right
then
after their non-binary phase.
oh my God, that was me. But then when I transitioned and then I started dating my partner, and I know the phenomenon that when trans people start transitioning, and oftentimes when we take like hormone replacement therapy, hormones interact with your brain a lot. And as the years go on, they can actually change your sexual orientation.
Facts.
And I am only like between my second and third year of being on hormones. So I'm still in like my beginning phases of things. So for trans women, it's like most doctors talk about a 5-year transition period where a lot of basically you're going through your second puberty. And throughout that second puberty, near the end of it, I might be attracted to women at some point. I have no idea yet, like, because I'm still going through that. But I'm also still figuring myself out in the way that you said, like, how people are attracted to me. I think a part of my fear of wanting to be with a woman is what if they don't perceive me as a woman because of
What if
being naked in the bed, you know?
What if they clack me? What if
Exactly.
it's my shoulders? What if it's my knees? What if it doesn't?
Yes. Well, what if they like want me to treat them like so many people when they get into the bedroom, they have this male and woman dynamic idea, even in homosexual relationships. Like it's always like, who's the top, who's the bottom, who's the man, who's the woman kind of thing. And I think I internalize that a little bit. And in my head, I'm always like a little afraid that someone's going to treat me like a man in the bedroom. And that's like my fear.
With women?
Yes, actually. But I that's just a irrational fear in my head. I know so many women who want to get in bed with me, and I just have to be like, I'm not there yet. I have no idea. I'm still baby trans. I'm still figuring this shit out.
Sounds really awful, doesn't it?
Yeah, all these women. Yeah, so that's horrible.
Oh, horrible. Yeah, absolutely. They come up to me and they're like, "Can I give you a compliment?" And I'm like, "No man asks me if they can give me a compliment." You asked me? That is so polite. Oh my God, kiss me right now. That's how I feel.
So, do you think that there's truth to the matter where people say something traumatic happened or anything happened that turned you gay? Is that
No.
No.
There's no queer vampires. There's nobody running around with a rainbow cape, biting the shit out of people, queering people up.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I mean, if you really look at, I mean, if people, the problem was that most people that really are judging the community, they only look at it long enough to hate it. They're not looking at any real statistics. They don't know any real queer people. They don't, you know what I mean? That's mostly the problem. But to say this, nothing in my life that was traumatic could have turned me trans or queer at points in my life any more than they made you straight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in, my father's family is Dutch Christian Reform. Okay? Very staunch, very... So threw my cousin out of church when she was pregnant and not married type stuff. So, like, I grew up in a very Christian, very, like, I had both parents at home.
Yeah.
Like, all these, there's nothing that makes you anything. You literally just are what you are, no matter what. And if that wasn't true, then straight parents wouldn't have gay kids all the time.
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't happen. If I could influence you to be gay just by being around me, everybody would be gay or everybody would be straight.
Right.
You're saying nobody makes their own decisions that way.
Yeah.
Well, if that's true, we wouldn't have any diversity anywhere because everybody would align with whatever that one guy said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I actually have a personal story with this. When I was coming out, at first before I knew I was trans and I was coming out as gay to my family, I had so many sisters and my mother, they were all like, did someone touch you as a kid? Yeah. And then they started naming people in like my childhood and blaming them
Yeah.
for the fact that I was gay, and I was like, they didn't do anything. They never touched me. How dare
Was
you
it
question
Tom?
them?
Was it Larry?
Literally.
Who made you gay?
Who did it?
Let me think back to who I can think might have seemed the unsafest.
And I want to look at my parents that time and be like, you guys, you literally made me.
It was you.
It
And
was
I
you.
came out gay or queer or whatever. I'm not gay now. Apparently, I'm a straight woman, which sucks. But no, there's like, but also I want to admit that like that argument is so, it doesn't allow for any space for the multitude of experiences that humans go through.
Yeah.
It is quite impossible to say this is why this happened to you when there is a plethora of circumstances and experiences and hormonal issues and anything that can, there's so many things that could like make you cure. We don't know, but it's the whole like
It's whatever got smashed together in your personal soup. You are what you are.
yeah.
You know?
Because we were raised in the 80s, Catholic, Puerto Rican family, and my brother, he's gay.
Okay.
And so,
Yes, he is.
Julio, we love you. Shout out. And I'm going to bust his name because he's always shy.
He was like beautiful birdcage gay.
Yeah. Man.
Full birdcage gay.
And his boyfriend is so cool. Like Marcus, shout out to you too. But family members would say, oh, you know what happened? In the 7th grade, Julio had a really bad breakup with a girl. He had a girlfriend, they had broke up, turned him gay. And no. We knew. Like we were children.
That little
We
girl
knew.
Julio was pretending to like. They didn't know he was going over to her house to meet his brother.
No, you know what? He was still, you know what I mean, not to put his business out, but he loved her. He said he loved her. He loved her. And he wanted things to work, but that's not all he loved. That's not who that's not, you know what I mean? He loved more than that, you know? But no, it would be so silly to put that and
people don't talk either about like how when you're young and you're still figuring yourself out, you have these platonic, right, soulmate / life partner type
Right.
people in your life.
Yes.
Where you think that because your parents tell you you're supposed to be with this person and you guys get along so well,
Oh my.
that it's gonna be the
God.
thing, but like internally you know that this person is nothing more than like gonna be your like
Yes.
platonic friend for the rest of your life because you can't connect with them on other levels. So
Yeah.
a lot of people have what we call the dummy girlfriend or boyfriend through high school.
Yeah.
The one that I had was a gay man. He was a gay dude at the time. And, like we were
Perfect
both
lavender
like
marriage.
covered for each other, man. You know what I mean? Like we were taking
Yeah.
fire for each other, you know,
Oh.
and it worked.
Where? That's in high school?
And I think that happens a lot. You see a lot of lavender relationships in
You
high
do.
school between guys that are gay and chicks that like women or
Yeah.
whatever, or people that are, trying to figure out their gender identity and they're in the early stages of not even knowing what that means.
Right.
It's because the society is so obsessed with young kids getting into relationships. It's like, so I grew up in a household where we were not allowed to date until we graduated high school, but there's still this obsession with, oh, you guys would look so cute together,
Oh
right?
my God, is that your little boyfriend?
They like,
We'll say it to a 4-year-old.
it's like they're forcing a relationship onto a kid or the idea of a relationship onto a kid. That's what happened to me. I had a platonic soulmate who I really saw as my sister, but I didn't know I was a girl until later. So everyone around us pointed at us and were like, oh, you two want to be together. And they would put pressure on us to like not go into secret spaces together, not hang out. They limited our friendship so much because guys and girls weren't allowed to be in the same rooms together with the doors closed or anything like that. I could not have a normal relationship with her until I moved away and came out, which at first really hurt and confused her because I had to keep it secret the whole time.
Sure.
But then me coming out allowed so many people that I grew up with to come out too. And she was one of them. And well, they are my soul sister. And if I hadn't figured out, we would have probably married each other and then had a horrible divorce because we weren't romantic at all. We were just best of friends. But because people saw me as a dude, they put that label on it. And I hated it.
And I think also for me, like, I think there's just this presence of, I was very masculine and Andy was very feminine, and that was a counter attraction.
Yeah.
I could fill in the blanks for him, and he could fill in the blanks for me, and we could go on a ghost recon, and nobody would know. You know.
Yeah.
I do want to know just a little bit more. You had a boyfriend back in high school,
He wasn't really my boyfriend.
right?
He
Quote
was the
unquote.
dude that sat next to me. I was first chair, and he was second chair saxophone. And sometimes, if there
So
was
it's by
some sort
title.
of a dance, I would show up there with him and then disappear to the other side of the room to talk to some girls. He was my cover man.
That's what's up.
Literally, if anybody asked me, I'd be like, yeah, it's, I hang out with him or whatever. And it was just like, that was enough for people to not really ask. But no, nothing ever happened. I've never liked boys, dude.
Yeah.
Never. Not one time in my entire life, from the time that I was a kindergartner until right now, have I ever been attracted to men.
That's really good for you. I'm so happy to hear that for you.
is.
Liking men is one of the worst things in the world.
And I wouldn't
We're
do it.
assholes.
I wouldn't do it.
Not all of y'all, but you can be. And it's not your fault. It's the culture at large. It lets men get away with shit. And it's proof that I didn't choose to be attracted to men, because why would I choose to be attracted to men?
What's
No,
up?
no
with-
offense. No offense. You guys are great. I love you guys. You're amazing.
So how's the gay scene in Grand Rapids? Is there a lot of gay clubs, or is there mainly like one?
There's pretty much mainly one. Rumors Nightclub is pretty much the sole one that we have in town, but there are other queer bars that host drag shows that are queer safe spaces, but I don't really know of any. I know that a while ago, before I ever moved to this city, there was another one in town that got closed down. I don't remember its name or something like that,
It was
but
called Diversions.
that was it. Diversions.
Yeah. I remember the old school scene here when we had Rumors and Diversions and The Apartment and there was another one too. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it'll come to me in a minute. But Diversions used to be the spot back in the day, and then that closed down, and then Rumors kind of was it. But if you ask me, that's going to be a tougher question, because on the West Coast in Seattle, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's so big. Seattle alone has like 6 or 8 gay bars. They have whole queer districts.
So I hear you guys both say queer a lot. Where I'm from, that's offensive. What does that mean? Like, how has it changed?
It didn't change. It's just that only queer would be offensive to somebody like a straight guy who was wearing it as a slur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We take it back, because for us it's encompassing.
Yes.
Right. For us, we don't need to necessarily. We even get tired of some of the defining. We're like, okay,
Oh.
we're all just queers.
My God. Yes. I usually just
Like,
use queer as an umbrella term.
Me too. It kind of
And
covers
Okay.
everything. It's like, some people say LBGTQ plus.
I don't
That's a
have the
lot.
time.
We're just gonna say queer. We're just gonna say queer.
Yeah.
The queer
But-
community.
Is that too many letters? The LGBTQ plus?
No,
It's
we get it, but we
Yeah.
don't need to say it every time.
yeah.
I understand why we have it for all of the things that it encompasses, but I think that it doesn't need to be said every single
Well,
time.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why the plus is there. It's actually a lot.
That's what I want
longer.
to. Because I'm a little confused.
Okay.
This here from a heterosexual point.
Bring it.
I think there's too much. And let me tell you why. There's L, lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you make it. Gay, okay, I guess that's the homosexual male-ish, All right. Bisexual, you guys are right. Trans, wait, because you said it, right? That's a gender. That's not a sexual orientation, So then let's keep going. LGBTQ. Was that questionable or queer?
Queer.
All right. Well, okay, fine. You can make it, but there is pansexual. What's that?
Okay. You want to go?
I can. My partner's pan.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of actual conversations about it within the community, and there are people who like to hype up on the differences between them.
Sure.
Bisexual means that bi means two.
Right.
So you are attracted to the feminine and to the masculine. Pan means all. Pansexual means you're attracted to the feminine and the masculine and every fucking thing in between.
Sure. My simple breakdown of it was this. Bisexual people will be attracted to men for male qualities and women for female qualities. So,
Okay.
So they might like men because they build things with their hands, and then similarly like women because they're delicate and do this. Ideally, I'm just talking about effeminate and masculine in a very broad span
Sure.
idea. Pansexual people go, I like people who tell a lot of jokes and make Italian food well. And it
Pansexual
doesn't
people
matter
go,
what kind of a package that comes in. It's quality based and
Right.
personality based.
But isn't
No.
that's not bisexual?
No, because I think that
Because they're saying, I don't care, male or female, you know what I mean? As long as they love wrestling, you know what I'm saying? That's
no, because I think that pansexual makes space for things outside of the binary as well. I think that a bisexual person is more of a binary scenario. They like cis het or at least cis-born men and women, though they may be gay or lesbian
Sure.
or something in between. Where I think pansexual encompasses where you're gonna date maybe gender fluid and people who are non-binary and trans people are all going to be encompassed.
but the two terms they can overlap.
They do.
There's allowance for that.
so what happens if you don't like any sex? What's that called?
Asexual.
Asexual. Do they count?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why? No,
why
hold
don't-
on.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they're not gay and they're not straight. They don't like anything. So
But-
you don't get to play. You don't get to join you don't get to sit down at any table because you say you don't eat.
Well, so here's the thing with that.
Know what I mean?
So,
Know what I mean?
so here's the
Wait,
thing with
wait.
that.
When you grab a plate, sit down.
We bring asexuality into the fold because they're not the sexual norm that society wants. They fall out of the normality of society's views on sex, and everybody should want sex, and sex is
Sure.
great for everyone. They're into the fold because they're different and they need a space to belong. And we said, come along with us. And also, there are so many queer people who
Right.
can be romantically attracted to people. They love the feelings, but they may not be sexually attracted to people.
Sure, and there's still got to be space for people who are asexual. Just because you don't want to have sex doesn't mean you don't want to have love or
That
a
part, yeah.
relationship. Look, I know an asexual person right now
Mm-hmm.
who is married to someone who is not asexual, right? And they are polyamorous, and this person is allowed to have other partners for that, and or they're more than welcome to please themselves at any point in the turn, because the base relationship,
Yeah.
the caring and the family and the financial and all of that, like the nesting partner that's
Yes.
asexual, is such a solid relationship.
Yes.
Sean, you're making asexual sound like every heterosexual wife. Like, just think about it.
Well,
No, those are women that don't want to have sex with men by choice. That's because they don't like the guy with the
That they're married to.
Yeah. That's not the same.
yeah, there's a thing called
She's probably not
heteroperforming.
asexual either. She's probably just seeing the guy down the street.
That is
now.
the milkman came early today, love.
Wepa. So how do you feel about when people say no homo or that's gay for things that are like stupid or whatever? Do you use it? Do you say it?
I mean, not really, because I've never thought it was a cool saying, even when everybody else was saying it. But I will tell you that, like, mostly I don't care. I don't, gay is an adjective. I'm kind of like, I'll look at them like they're stupid a few times. And
Yeah.
then, see, the fact is that I don't necessarily have to continue to be around people if that's the banter they want to use over and over. But I'm not going to argue with you if you want to sound stupid.
Yes. I used to be on a construction crew
Wepa.
when I was in college. Before the estrogen took place, I was on a construction crew at a very Christian college, and the boys there would use "that's so gay" jokes all the time for anything they disapproved of.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm like, why are you using it in a negative sense? Always pissing me the fuck off because he went, I did something, and he went, oh, that's so gay. And I, blank face, looked at him and I went, how?
Explain.
Explain. And he just went and walked away.
Yeah, because there's no
See, like,
explanation.
and I will have a little guilty. I do say it that with other queer people when
Yeah.
I'm joking with them. It's kind of the same thing. I'm like, if someone who isn't queer uses it offensively to a queer person, of course I'm gonna be pissed about that. But we can have fun together if we want.
But we more say it to each other when it's like
A joke.
or when we recognize that it's something that's overtly queer. We're like, ooh, gay. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like, and it's not again.
Well,
it's the taking it.
I saw a video clip where this dude, he's making a delivery, I believe. A rainbow flag touches him. He freaks out.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Bro, that was the gayest thing I ever seen. Like that, I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was. I'm just like,
That's not the gayest thing I've ever seen.
The
but
gayest thing
it's
I've
the
ever seen
most-
is some.
It's the most absolutely unfounded phobic thing I've ever seen. Imagine being so damn delicate and so emotionally childish.
that a flag touched you, and
Yeah.
Well, that man is probably emotionally delicate about that because he's ignoring something deep inside of him, and he probably is gay.
Yeah.
Most homophobia comes from people who are internalizing it and are fighting themselves. Hurt people hurt people.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how I see it.
I suppose that's sometimes true in
Sometimes.
some scenarios, but I think there's just really a lot of assholes out there too that fear anything that they don't understand and they just can't wrap their head around it.
That part.
Yeah.
My thing is, how often are you trying to wrap your head around it, weirdo?
Is it common for a trans man and a trans woman to date each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
It happens often. Sure. Because it's kind of like opposing puzzle pieces sometimes. And you're just like, I understand you and you understand me and we don't need to talk about this because we get it, you know?
Yeah, my partner and I are both trans. But like each trans person's gonna have their unique dating experiences.
Right.
I think this isn't true for everyone,
Sure.
but I started dating cis men less because as a trans woman dating, like there's a lot of fear of how when cis men get in the bed with me, like how are they going to react to me? There's a lot of trans women who get like brutally murdered after having sex with a cis man because the cis man has like post-nut clarity or something and
I'm sorry. What's a cis man?
cisgendered.
Sis.
So
you know what that
born,
Like we were talking about, born male.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
transgender and cisgender are basically two
okay,
opposites of each
got it.
other. So
Sorry
like
about
trans man, cis man. I don't even remember what I was saying.
Oh, you're
I'm
saying that we end up dating each other a lot.
Oh, at least for me, I ended up dating friends. I ended up having more friends with trans people and dating more trans people, and my current partner is trans because they get me. There's no extra huge entire thing that I have to try to hope that someone will accept about me being trans, dating cis people. With other trans people, you can skip so much explanations and trying to understand each other because you went through the same thing.
Or at least something similar on the other end of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Enough to be understood, you know?
You know?
But I was married to my wife before I transitioned. So we've been married through the transition.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
How was that like?
It was like, you know, I don't know how it is for other people, but it was absolutely effortless for me because my whole life, you know, whether it was, you know, I've always had tremendous amounts of masculine energy,
Yeah.
confidence, leadership skills. So I never gave off anything but male ever. And so that was her attraction in the first place. And for a lot of people that knew me growing up, I've been friends with my best friend. I've been friends with her since the 5th grade.
Yeah.
It was like when I transitioned and they saw me, it was like that moment in Peter Pan, you know, the Peter Pan, the old one with Robin Williams,
Yeah.
when they grab his face and they're like, Peter, there you are. You know?
Yes.
My friend said it looked like I went through the puberty I should have gone through all along, and I looked more like myself than even their own mind could imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was never any different for me. It was like, oh, damn, you finally grew into that energy you had. There you are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And it surprised nobody. Nobody.
How did the rest of your family
Well,
react?
my parents are gone. But
Yeah.
I remember when I was about 16, and my dad was a very conservative man. Very.
Yeah.
You know, and he looked at me. We were sitting in his truck, because I used to work for him. We were sitting in his truck, and he looked at me and he said, you know, this isn't going to make any sense to you. He goes, but I was his first child. So he goes, when your mother was pregnant for you, he goes, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed every single day, every single day, every single day for his son. He goes, and all your life, you've never really been a girl. He's like, I think you're supposed to be a boy.
Damn.
Really?
And that was so profound of a thing for my dad to say, because he didn't believe that shit. But looking at me and knowing me as his own child and seeing the way that he couldn't deny that I was from birth.
Yeah. And it's true. It was like,
And that was like, and I even at that point I scoffed at him. Because I thought, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you talking about.
Wait, so you're saying he figured it out before you did?
Well, he said that to me, but as a Midwest kid, I never knew that you could actually be trans.
Yeah.
The only person I'd ever heard, and at that point they were called transsexuals, was I had heard of one story of one doctor that was male to female, was female to male, out on the West Coast in California, who had paid for these surgeries. And in my mind, you had to be this millionaire, this Hollywood-funded human being to be able to afford this kind of stuff. I never would have thought that transitioning was something that you could actually do as a regular person, because had I had that knowledge as a young adult, I would have transitioned at 20 instead of 40.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But he called it. My dad called it. And he was a lot of times had some very
brutal,
stereotypical, almost bigoted ideas about the world. And for him to say that to me,
that's a big deal.
Was crazy. And for him to think it was his idea. You know what I mean? Like, I prayed.
He wasn't taking credit.
I prayed and prayed and prayed for a son, and I can't explain it, but you can shoot a bow better than any kid I know. You could throw a baseball better than any kid I ever met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just...
It's true. And Burn Heights, it reminded me of, like, the West Side Story. There was that one chick that was there with all the dudes and everything. And Shaun, like, he was there, and he kept up with everybody, and I'm not surpassed. Like, my brother included, you know, and it was... Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was always just me and you guys.
Yeah.
And I never thought that I wasn't one of you. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That never fucking occurred to me,
You
bro.
always were.
You know?
And it was in Burton Heights, and it was blonde, blue-eyed, and what the rest of us thought was a little girl. And no. And all we knew, little did we know, it turned out to be this man.
Right, and was saucy then. Was smack the shit out of you then.
What about your family?
Oh, my family, that's a different story. I don't have contact with my biological family. I have an aunt in Oregon and 2 sisters I talk to. I have 12 siblings.
Wow.
Yeah. I am the 10th kid, and like for me and my family, because my family is like the classic conservative Republican missionary like thing you could think of. And when I came out as gay to my mom, the first thing she said to me was, okay, well, please don't be trans. And she would make comments about my clothes and be like, oh, that shirt needs to cover your butt is showing. Or like, don't wear too girly stuff, don't put on makeup, or all these things. I couldn't even get my ears pierced or anything that was slightly feminine. Wow. But I had a realization. I have 3 brothers and I have 9 sisters. They were only telling me that. And so I had, and I got made fun of by my siblings quite a bit for my body shape. I didn't really finish male puberty. Like, my brothers have the classical Dorito-shaped upper torso, and I have always had my sides. Like, I've always had this hourglass shape. I've never been able to get my chest to look like a guy's chest. I used to go to the gym all the time and hated my body because I was trying to make it look like a masculine body. Everyone said it could. The moment I started transitioning, I finally saw myself as beautiful. Getting on hormones felt like I was finally giving the thing to my body and my brain that it had been crying out and begging for this entire time. Like, I was incomplete. Yeah. My siblings made so much fun of my voice, my mannerisms, who I was with. I loved hanging out with the girls way more. I hated doing sports. I had this realization that you can't make fun of something unless it's actually there. You know? Like, they all claim they have no idea that I was trans. Then I was like, then where did all those jokes come from when I was a kid? You guys knew.
Yeah.
and you were just in denial the whole time. It was actually even before I came out as trans. When I first came out as gay, 3 of my sisters excommunicated me, and they all left, and my world crashed down. And then the next year, I started working at a gay bar, and then I started drag. And then as the months went on with drag is what led me to realize that I was trans, because it was the first time that I was getting cheered at for looking like a woman and getting paid for it too. I was getting paid to be a woman on stage, and I loved it so much. And I wrote down this one time, like, I'm tired of just being a girl at night. I want to be a girl at day too.
Right.
Some says that when you transition, you lose the person, like a death. How do you feel? What do you mean?
I have had some set conversations with some good friends and with a sister that I still talk to, and they've told me that. They've told me that they are happy for me, and that I'm starting to figure out who I am, but they only knew the person I was performing as my whole life. And I was performing as that person to stay safe in my environment and to stay alive. Like, I was very good at pretending to be a guy. I was really good at it, that I convinced everyone, because I had to survive. I couldn't show femininity. And so then when I started transitioning, it's this double entendre thing of, yes, I recognize that it does feel like you're losing your sibling, but at the same time, that wasn't me. That was a fake and I told them, I was like, I'm so sorry that you never knew who I truly was. But that's not my fault, and it's not your fault either.
To me, anybody who would say to me that they felt like somebody died is somebody who absolutely refuses to see the evolution. You don't really lose a person if nobody actually goes away.
Yeah.
So that death, that idea only comes from people who don't believe in you.
Yes.
Who don't believe in you and don't. If somebody says that you died to them, they feel like someone died. They don't know you. I don't care how close to you they are, because like I told you, everybody who really, really knows me goes, "Oh, there you are." Because I don't. That has never made sense to me. I don't feel like the old me died.
That's what I was gonna ask you, but you don't believe the old you died?
No, that bitch was badass. Okay, she set the fucking stage for a lot of really cool shit.
But where's she now? Like,
she's a part.
she's part of you still.
Sure, she's always gonna be that backstory.
Right.
Okay, but I never felt like that person was a she.
Yeah.
I had to shed an external fucking suit for everybody to see what was really going on. So all the things that person did, that was all fucking me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't get to dead that person that did 8 successful MMA shows. They don't get to dead that person that trained fighters that are now in the fucking UFC and all over the place. They don't get to dead all those credentials that I made for myself just because I evolved in a way that you can't accept because your vision's too small.
Yeah.
I have to rephrase what I said. I never really thought about that way, but now that I'm thinking, everyone who did tell me that they felt like I died, or like the person they knew died, are the ones who are still challenging my identity. Everyone in my life, when I told them I was trans, who accepted me as who I am now, they said that I came alive, that I am the happiest I ever was.
Sure.
When I was when I had to hide in the male costume, I was dying every day.
But you guys have the term dead name?
Dead name, yes.
Well, when you transition, that name is dead because you don't want to be referred to with the same attachment of that gender. And it's really more, look, my name changed one fucking letter. I didn't even do anything cool.
No.
I took the fucking A off my name.
I changed my whole goddamn name.
And a lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes for me, my whole family called me Shaun my whole life anyway. They called me Shaun like they called you baby. You know what I mean? So it wasn't much of a switch for me. I just legally went down and got rid of that bullshit middle name and took the A off my shit and became this person. But yeah, the truth is, anybody who says that a person died, what they're really saying to you is, I don't believe in the person that lived.
Right.
I don't believe in the new evolution. I don't believe in the new person that you're presenting to me because I cannot separate these two people.
Yeah.
You have to be two people to me.
And I want to say again with the dead name thing, the name that I was given when I was born was based off of my parents' perception of me, not me.
Right.
And everyone gets named by their parents based off of that perception. Just some of us don't fit our bodies the way that stereotypically we, should. That name, I never identified with it. I remember hating my name my whole life. I always hated my name.
Was it hard?
It never felt like me, sorry. But it felt like they were talking to someone who wasn't me, or they were pretending that I was a boy the whole time. That's what it felt like to me.
Is there any regrets on your journey?
The only regret that I think that I have is just not doing it sooner. I really
Same.
wish that I would have known that these things could be available to regular working class people with insurance long ago. Hold on, that's a double-edged sword. I do wish that I'd known earlier, but I'm glad I got my surgeries when I did for the progression of the science of it.
Yes.
The progression of the science of it. I don't know that I would have been ready to do those surgeries.
Those surgeries would have
15
botched
years
up your
and
body.
Botched it up.
Yeah,
And I
imagine in the
look-
90s.
My
There's-
surgeries look good. So I mean, I got them done at very prestigious doctors in Seattle. And yeah.
So you're good with your surgeries, like you,
oh yeah.
no regrets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely none.
So can you go back if you wanted to?
Fuck no.
No, it's permanent.
You can't just be doing whatever the fuck you want, bro.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You can't go back.
It's
and
a
forth.
big decision.
I think there are people who have tried it, and it has been such an epic healing and process, and there's just really no happiness in it. And
Yeah.
it's very
They feel like-
scarring, and
Yeah.
it's very, especially, for those trans people, for the population of trans people who do go ahead and have bottom surgery, you can't reverse that.
No.
You wouldn't even want to.
Wow.
I mean, you might end up in like some sort of a strange eunuch position if you did. There's just everything can go wrong.
I'm still waiting for bottom surgery to be better. I don't have any surgeries done. Surgeries are, if you don't get insurance to cover it, it can be anywhere from $20,000 to over $100,000 for any surgery. And
That's a lot of money.
yes, well, first off, medical stuff in America costs way too much in general.
That's a whole different show, but you're right.
Damn. So wait, do you think it costs more for a trans man or a trans woman?
It depends on what the individual wants to get done.
Oh, okay. So if we were talking about, like, I don't mean to say, if all of, inclusively every surgery,
Yeah.
and everything,
Top,
I
bottom.
would 100% say that trans women have a slightly longer road, only because it is easier to grow hair than get rid of it.
Yes.
And I feel so bad for the gals with the electrolysis crap. They have hurdles
Oh,
to deal with
dude.
there that we
I
don't.
have ingrowns galore on my face.
Girl, I've heard all of
I tweeze
So-
my facial hair out.
It is, so it's easier to grow hair. It's easy to grow hair. It's hard to get rid of it.
You
Yeah.
tweeze your
For me, so I've tried waxing. That hurts. I almost punched my boyfriend in the face when he tried to do it. I said, "Don't you come near me with that again. I'll stay with my tweezer." So for me in general, like the reason why shaving doesn't work itself for me is that I can still feel the hair follicles in my face, and my body
Right.
goes, "It's not supposed to be in there."
Oh my God! So
That's
you're
how
a
it is for me.
picker.
So I'm a picker. So I am not encouraging anyone to do it. It is not a doctor's. There are safer ways to get your hair done, more expensive ways to get your hair removed. But that's the one of the things that I self-regulate with. But I think for surgery, because trans women do have the facial feminization surgery where we get our jawbones, we can do anything like that. Mostly it's the Adam's apple.
Sure.
When you start testosterone, it deepens your voice. It is very difficult to reverse the effects of testosterone on the body.
Yes. And very easy for testosterone to take effect
Yes.
on a body.
Yes.
So a lot of times for trans men, it's kind of a no-brainer process. We just sit around and wait to grow hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's more like
Lit-
fast forwarding. And I feel like trans women a lot of times have to try and reel that back.
I mean, all women have to do this. Performing as a woman in general, it's like there's so many things you check off the box to appear more feminine, I guess.
It may be about 50-50 on the surgeries if we're being real.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to bottom surgeries, if guys are getting fallow, that can be like 3-4 merciless surgeries in a row with a lot of...
And a terrible scar on your arm or leg.
Yeah, 100%. So a lot of things, it could be the same. Bottom surgery for women could be very grueling, and it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 surgeries to get it completed.
Well, then you have to do dialysis for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So that.
What?
So when you get bottom surgery done, if you're going from male to female, and the penis gets used or whatever, that muscle area, you get these little, basically they look like clinical sex toys, and there's different sizes of them. And for the rest of your life, in order for that hole not to close up and completely heal, you have to every day for the rest of your life. If you're not having like regular sex on the basis too, with like someone who has a penis or something.
So it doesn't try to close.
Yeah. And then you could have so many complications that could happen. And there's also the risk of losing sexual gratification too, because they haven't developed a better way to work those nerve endings. There are better ways to do the nerve endings and things like that, and to do these surgeries. There are definitely better ways to do these surgeries. There's no research into it because it's severely discouraged.
So in your opinion, is it harder for a man or a woman in transition?
For trans women is longer because especially trans women who have gone through male puberty and haven't been on hormone blockers, it's almost irreversible without surgical intervention. Like the simplest thing of like an Adam's apple or something like that, which I can get clocked for immediately. Trans men will grow an Adam's apple once they start testosterone usually. Estrogen does not lower your voice. Estrogen does not take away your body hair. Estrogen does not make your Adam's apple go away. It just helps with some other parts of your body. So trans women often have to do vocal training to get their voices higher, whereas testosterone can deepen a trans man's voice pretty quickly.
A lot of people don't understand why puberty blockers are so key for trans women, right? Because here's the thing. If you give a kid puberty blockers at 13, 14, and say at 18 they decide they're not trans, all they got to do is stop. They're going to have a regular cis-born puberty with no harm, no foul to them, just going to be a late bloomer. But the things that they cannot reverse if they are trans are going to cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars and complete mental anguish.
For decades and decades, we have been using puberty blockers on cis kids who have irregular puberty developments, who are going too fast or something. It's used all the time for cis kids to help regulate their puberty.
Sure. And
it just pauses it for a second.
Most girls are going on freaking birth control at 12 years old to regulate their menstruation.
Which is crazy. You know what birth control does to your body? Like all the like crazy side effects. We don't care about these side effects when it comes to women. But the moment it comes to trans kids, we're like, you should know the side effects.
Anyone not know you were trans and then found out you were trans and then treated you differently?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Actually, there have been. It's always a girl that I know or a friend knows. It's always their boyfriend. They love to flaunt that shit to other men, and this one specific person heard that, found out, and was like, "You're never around my friend again. We're done." And I appreciate her for that so much.
I found something counter. So, I spent a lot of years doing residential construction, and I do a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats, you know. And I find that before, where they will take my word for my word on any project that I'm doing, anything that I have going on, if this needs to be fixed on the car or whatever, and the second that I find out that I'm a trans person, I don't know shit.
And I think
they zero me down to whatever it is that they think women know.
And I think it's more common for trans men.
And I've watched like the way that they treat.
Go through.
Like, another thing I've watched is like the way that I get treated in a store now as a man versus before. Like you want to talk about like people speak to you directly and respect you, and like they, you know, it's wild to me. Like the difference is there. But
I also think that specific experience of people not knowing you're trans and finding out you're trans, and then treating you different. From what I've heard from my friends, it's more common for trans men to go through that. It's also kind of the effect of like because testosterone does things in trans men's bodies more quickly. It's a little bit easier to pass in society as a trans man.
I don't get clocked up.
Would you Do you think, especially when you first started transitioning, did you secretly smile when someone says something degrading to your new sex? But you know what I mean? Like, called you like saying like, you ugly ass dude or you hairy ass dude. You'd be like, I ain't ugly, but thank you for calling me a dude. You know what I'm saying? Or same thing, like, you know, broke bitch. You'd be like, I ain't broke, but thank you for calling me a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that ever happen? Like, does that happen with you guys? Does it feel?
People don't necessarily say. This is gonna sound so pitchy. People don't necessarily say mean things to me in general because I try to be a nice person to people.
Okay.
But I have experienced what I love to call trans-affirming misogyny,
Okay.
where
I can't wait.
I've had so many Trumpy men once, like,
She said Trumpy. My bad.
not people that I want to be with, not men that I want to be with, but these are like Trumpy men who I know who have voted against my rights time and time and time again, right?
All I can hear is it's time to get Trumpy.
Oh, God.
Trumpet.
Oh my god.
And so, like, I know they voted against my rights and all of these things. And I can tell that when they look into me and they see first how tall I am. I'm 6'6", okay? So, like, I'm very tall for a woman and for a person in general, that people tend to clock me for that. But, like, the first thing that guys will say, like, these men, they'll go,
That's
I dig
huge.
tall chicks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't ask, but okay.
Did you just go straight for your height? That's a huge chick.
Fucking dead.
I don't need you to say that you're attracted to a part of me to affirm my womanhood. Like, men often think that they have to, like, to affirm a woman and to let them know that we find your
Redheads.
femininity something. Yeah, they have to mention a physical characteristic, something. I'm like, just say
Fucking
that you
cool,
see me
Bob.
as
Nobody
a
gives a
woman
shit.
and it's that. I don't care.
Nobody cares.
Trans affirming misogyny.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Have you ever used your deep voice on somebody? Like, has someone
use
try
it
to
all-
push up on you and you're like, no, stop.
I do it when
Motherfucker, I said stop.
I do it to protect my girls when I'm out in the club or anywhere else when I'm with girls, but more oftentimes I do it to scare my boyfriend.
Did I tell you bring the damn dishes?
Yeah, we'll just be like sitting there and I'm like, oh, look at the cat. The cat is so cute. I said, fucking look at the cat.
Is there harmful side effects to the hormone therapy?
I wouldn't say harmful.
No.
It depends on what
Fucking
you want.
irritating. They could have kept this ass hair, bro. There's shit that's irritating that comes with it. Like,
That is true
they
for
don't tell
trans
you
men.
that testosterone, before you grow a beard, you're gonna get an ass fro for no fuck ass reason. And
your pits are gonna stink.
Nobody talks about how you sweat profusely the
Yeah.
first 6 months, and nobody talks about how your body odor changes.
Yeah.
I never stunk in my life till I started taking tea, and then I got funky, bro, when
Yeah.
I sweat.
Do you think there's an age that's too young to transition?
Well, there's no transition going on for kids. That's a common misconception.
Yeah.
That's like these infamous full-term abortions that seem to be happening nowhere in this
That
country.
bullshit. No, but I'm
It's
talking
cool.
like teenagers, young adults, very young teenagers, 14, 15.
Nobody's transitioned. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
Nobody can transit. You can
You
transition
can't
socially.
legally transition.
You can transition socially. You can say, I feel as though I am a trans person and I am going to pursue
Yeah.
transitioning at any age that you really want to. You can't tell a person
Yeah.
who the fuck they're going to grow up and become.
Right.
No child is transitioning. Like, what you're asking me is, at what age should parents start accepting that their children are telling them who the fuck they are?
They should just
And
accept
I can't
it.
tell parents that.
Yeah.
Some parents are going to accept that very early on, and some parents fucking never will.
Yeah. There's also a lot. So legally, I'm not exactly sure what the age, if it's 18 or
Right.
16.
Like, can't you be like 15, 16 and get like.
It depends
boobs
per
removed?
state.
No.
There's a lot. No, that does not happen.
You cannot
no.
have gender assignment surgery before you are 18 years old. That is a lie.
Even if your parents sign off on it,
Nobody has ever got gender assignment surgery before they were 18 fucking years old.
Yeah.
All you can get is puberty blockers.
And
See,
those
that's what
don't
I'm
cause
talking about.
long-term damage.
Yeah.
This
That's-
is the bullshit fucking fear.
I thought that was real.
Nope.
No, and everybody does, because you hear this bullshit. They're like, I don't care how many times. I don't care if you're trans. I support you, but you guys got to leave the kids alone. What fucking kids?
Wow.
I was a kid too.
What kids? These
at
kids
one
aren't getting
point.
surgeries. The very most that a kid can get, an adolescent can get under 18,
Yeah.
is puberty blockers.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you turn 18, feel free to start hormones. Hormones are not given to kids.
Nope.
HRT is not given to minors.
Legally, it cannot be.
Surgeries are not performed on minors.
No.
This is all fear-mongering bullshit. Trans people are not fucking touching your kids.
That's the
drag
pastor's
queens
job.
are not at your local elementary school. All of those pictures they have of drag queens reading to children are at public libraries.
Yeah.
I would like to say that anybody who believes any of that fear-mongering bullshit without looking up the actual statistics
Yeah.
does not have enough gunpowder
But also,
in their
if there-
brain to blow their nose.
If there
Let's
is
talk about the
anybody,
biggest one though.
yeah,
Bathrooms.
okay,
I'd love to.
Go ahead.
I would
Shaun.
love.
I have an interesting perspective on this. Would you like to go first?
I want to hear your perspective first.
Okay, so let's talk about the ridiculousness of how this played out. Cis, straight men and women are so concerned, let's be clear, that cis, straight men are going to pretend to be trans women,
Correct.
to sneak into a public bathroom with your wife or your daughter to maybe get a 60-second shot at being inappropriate. That man wore a dress all fucking week long to watch your wife piss. And here's the secondary
No man
thing.
is working that hard.
No. And here's the secondary thing. Now they want people to use the bathroom to which you were assigned at birth. So, let me just be clear. You don't want trans women in the bathroom with your daughter because you think it's cis men dressing up as women to get at your daughter. But you want to let every motherfucker that looks like me walk into the women's room? You just gave that same guy that you were worried about having to dress up like a trans woman a free pass to walk in his Wednesday clothes.
My God.
And they say to me, well, if that's the thing, then, well, we'll know the difference because genitalia. Not me. You grab me by the pants, you're getting a handful of dick, partner.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're so worried about men dressing up as women to get in the bathroom with your fucking daughter that you're ready to grab dicks at the door? Who's fucking gay now? Furthermore, right? And this is like the biggest fucking kicker of the whole thing. Statistically speaking, your children are far more safe in the bathroom with any sort of trans person. Your daughter is safer in the bathroom with her or me, statistically, than all the women in there. Because why are people acting like women don't also touch children? And if we're worried about cis men dressing up as women to get in the fucking women's room, we're not worried about trans women, are we? We're worried about the fucking problem, which has always been cis men. They got the market cornered on touching kids, and they always have.
Period.
Damn.
One, every single household bathroom is gender neutral. It's just how it
Just
goes.
have a fucking family bathroom. Like,
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the other
Like
thing.
Gender neutral bathrooms. That's all you gotta do.
Here's another
it's not
thing.
That serious.
I come from out of the country. In Japan, the bathroom doors go from ceiling to floor. There is no space for a child to poke their head into your... If you're so worried about a child poking, then build the fucking bathrooms for privacy's sake. We're not worried about gender. We're worried about privacy.
And most-
Everyone should have privacy when going to the restroom.
Yes.
I deserve privacy when going to the restroom.
Yes.
And most of the bathrooms in Asia are unisex, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, as well as in Europe and everywhere else where they don't over-sexualize everything and then chastise anybody for thinking about...
What about gay parents, sponsorship and whatnot? Is that, you guys got gay parents? Do you have gay children? No?
I had straight parents. I have a straight son.
No.
Like
Oh, you
chosen
mean-
family?
Oh, I see.
Correct.
You mean the...
Like a sponsor, like
what
you
do we
got
call
gay
them?
parents.
The
You-
hugs moms.
Oh,
Yeah, the hugs moms we call
Well,
them.
my story's a bit different because I'm a drag queen and
Okay.
I have my drag family.
Okay.
So I do have my drag dad, who you know. You've met him. He's wonderful. I have
Give him a shout out, AJ.
AJ Cocky Divine, the man
Okay.
who birthed me. Love you.
Cool
Anyways,
as shit. Cool as shit.
The best fucking guy out there. And so proud of his transness too. He really was one of the people that helped me feel proud of my transness.
Yeah.
He's like a parent. He's like because my biological parents wanted me to be someone and something that they saw.
Yeah.
My chosen parents choose me as I am. My drag family saved my life. They filled a hole that I thought would always be aching. Ever since my biological family, like most of my biological family kicked me away, I always thought that I would just like never feel this love again until I met my drag families. I have 4 drag parents because I decided I need more drag parents, and I will collect yours too. They will be mine. Anyways.
That's what, okay. So do you got drag parents?
Well, so yeah, no, I don't have drag parents. So for me, a good portion of my family really supports me,
Yeah.
and really always has. But some don't. I don't talk to one of my siblings because she doesn't, and that's her fucking choice or whatever.
And her loss.
As far as like taking on parents, but my parents passed away. I don't necessarily think I have a trans or gay parent.
Yeah.
But when I moved out to the PNW, I transitioned out there. I think I started in 2020 or 2021. I never remember, but I did my whole transition pretty much with another guy who had transitioned about 6 months to a year ahead of me. And he's this phenomenal guy. He's like 70. His name's Jack. He's like classic guy. Like, he's a trans guy. We call him the PNW Trampa. And because he's like this very like handsome, classic, like white-haired, cowboy looking guy that smokes cigars, and he's like 70, but he's fucking ripped.
Yeah.
And he's just like the ideal, like perfect old school gentleman transman. He's drop dead gorgeous. His girlfriend's like 40. He's like, he's like retired at this big beautiful house on the lake. He's this amazing guy. And I think I look to him a lot.
Yeah.
If I have questions, he's kind of like, not so much like dad, but like older brother. Jack, his name's Jack Weiss, and he's absolutely fantastic. He's like the fucking Humphrey Bogart of trans.
What advice do you guys have for anyone that wants to transition, dude? Especially in Grand Rapids. Some good, you know what I mean?
You know what I would say for me?
Yeah.
What I would tell people? Trans men?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell trans women. That's going to be for you.
That'll be my job.
That'll be your
Okay.
message, darling. But I will say this. Fucking ask permission for nothing. Men don't ask permission to be men. And also, you don't have to be a fucking victim. If you're trans, you decide that you're trans, that's fine. You know what? You feel free to fucking go train boxing, go learn jujitsu, buy a fucking firearm and learn to shoot straight. You don't have to be a victim, and you
Right.
don't have to ask for permission to fucking exist, and you certainly don't have to ask for permission to exist to a large group of people that want you to feel like you shouldn't exist based on an invisible motherfucker that ain't nobody ever seen.
Trans men do not ask for permission for your existence. Trans women don't apologize for your existence.
Amen.
There is like, especially in the news and everything, trans women get blown up to be predators. When I walk into a women's restroom, I put my phone away immediately because I do not want anyone to
Clock you as recording.
as recording or anything when I'm not. Like, I am so on it. But the other thing I would say to trans women is that before, if you're considering that you might be trans, you might start transitioning, and if you have the thought, don't doubt it. If you have a desire in there, look into it, deal with it. You might come out wanting to transition, you might come out realizing that's not necessarily you, but so many times I wish that I hadn't doubted that innate desire that I had, because what everyone else had around me, I would have transitioned so much earlier. If you are afraid almost of transitioning, I feel like there could be like this fear of what's going like that's not me or whatever. I always say that if there is fear or shame, emotion tied to something, it's probably because there's desire as well.
Okay.
The fact that you're afraid or the fact that you feel a little shame is an indicator that there might be a little bit of that's what you want and other people are causing you to be shameful about
Yeah,
it.
why am I feeling ashamed? Absolutely.
Shame and fear are the shackles that keep so many trans people from transitioning into their most authentic and beautiful selves and traps them in just this shell of depression and inauthenticity.
I urge people to spend a little time with trans people. Look, stop being afraid and hang out with a trans person. I think that you will find that we have more in common than we don't.
Yeah.
All right, so this is part of the show where we have a game, and I have a good game for you guys. And it's gonna be Battle the Sexes. Let's see who can answer the best questions of these.
Okay, is it? Are you singling them to us individually, or is it?
No.
Answer whenever.
Answer. Oh, sorry.
We've got
I'm
no
glad you
buzzer.
said. We got better than a buzzer.
We got no buzzer.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
All right. So, what we're gonna have here?
There's a bell.
There's a bell, and the first person to ring the bell and answer the question gets the point.
Well, I have longer arms than you do. So
Such bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wepa, yeah.
Don't worry about
We're
it.
pushing in
I've been known to
closer.
be competitive. Short arms and all.
Question 1. What coarse cotton fabric, originally used in cheese making, found world popularity in the 1970s?
Cheesecloth.
Wepa. That's one good point. In the fairy tale Rapunzel, how did the prince regain his sight?
In the fairy tale itself,
How did the prince regain his sight?
Disney has fucked me over.
Huh?
Oh.
Motherfucker fell and went blind.
Oh.
How did he cure his blindness? Damn, y'all both whack.
I don't know.
It was her tears.
Wait, that was the movie too.
It was her tears. She wiped it in his eyes and he could see.
Tell us you're a girl dad without telling us you're a girl dad, bro.
I knew that part of that was in the movie. I didn't know it was also in the fairy
Tangled.
tale. I don't know how much Disney takes away from us.
Wait, that happened in Tangled?
It happened in Tangled too.
That's my daughter's favorite
she
movie,
cried on
and I
him.
didn't even know it. She cried on it, and that's how you can
well,
see.
he died in the movie, and she had one tear fall on him, and then that healed. Well, he almost died. It
That's
healed him.
literally my daughter's favorite movie, and I barely ever watch it. I gotta get with it. I gotta finish
Daddy
it with it.
fail. Daddy fail.
Yeah.
But you know the fairy tale that works.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna beat you now.
All right, Shaun. Let's see if you can get this one. What is the name brand that was known for its red sole on shoes?
PF Flyer.
No, I was being sarcastic. I really doubt you're gonna get this one. Name brand with the red bottoms shoes.
I'm just gonna start listing brands. Nike.
No.
No.
I'm
Hold on,
not
hold on,
from
hold
this
on.
country.
Is it-
I don't
is
know
this-
these answers.
Is it Manolo?
No, close. Now
Shit.
you're in there. Now you know what I'm saying? It's Louis Vuitton.
God damn it.
Ah,
This is a high heel, I know it. This is a
Yeah.
high heel, I know it.
Red bottoms,
Like, is
baby.
it
I
fucking
wish-
Manolo?
okay. Get it together, man.
My bad.
All right. Maeve, come on. You gotta catch
Trying.
up. In basketball, how many players from each team are allowed in the court?
5.
I don't play sports. This ain't fucking fair. I'm so-
Okay. Oh, man.
Well, in fairness, I don't wear high heels.
Yeah. So that's why I was throwing them. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That you got me there.
6, 7.
6, 7.
Can I leave now?
What are the names of all 4 Ninja Turtles and their leader?
Okay. Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, and
Who is their sensei?
See, I never watched anything related
The
to
sensei
Ninja
was
Turtles.
Master Splinter.
There we go.
Guess that one.
So,
I'm like, why do I want to say Shredder? Shredder's not right. Shredder's not right. That's the bad guy.
there's so much that Ninja Turtles is off of Daredevil. Yeah.
Is that all your questions? You got more?
No, I got more.
Yeah,
I
because
got
I have to
more.
get one. I gotta get at least one.
All right. Which WWE superstar
No.
is known as the Great One, the final boss,
I'm not gonna get. I don't.
the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, the People's Champ, the Brahma Bull? You guys are both killing me. That's such disrespect to the great one, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Are you kidding me? Both of yous. Both of yous. Oh my God.
Well, bro,
offend me without telling me you're gonna offend me.
You know I'm a UFC guy, so I've never been a WWE guy.
My excuse is that I came to this country 6 years ago.
Okay.
So-
Okay. What is the traditional 30-year anniversary wedding gift?
That's a thing?
That's also Jason. Jason came up with that. I'm gonna blame it on him.
Wait, isn't it like silver or gold or something like that?
Well, close. Something like that. It's not silver or gold.
Platinum?
No, it is pearl or ivory.
Pearl or ivory?
So just here's a fucking elephant tusk. Happy anniversary, baby.
Well, I hope ivory is starting to get out.
I killed a fucking elephant for you for 30 years. There you
Holy
go.
shit, this motherfucker chasing me down.
What is a French manicure?
Ooh. That is when you get your nails done and you literally just get your cuticles done and then you get a clear coat.
No.
Fuck.
Has that white tips on it?
Yes.
Oh,
white
that's
says.
French tips.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Which is also a French manicure.
Yeah, my bad.
What is a peplum?
A peplum.
The fuck is it? I don't know.
Never, you said this was gonna be easy.
I sure did. I thought you'd get it immediately.
A peplum?
Yes.
A peplum.
I don't know what the
If I
fuck that
say
is.
the word over and over again, I'll get it. Peplum,
Sounds like something
peplum,
that goes in
peplum.
fajitas.
peplum.
I'll
What?
help
No.
you out.
Okay.
She is sporting a peplum.
She what?
Let me read that. She is sporting a peplum.
Is it a high heel?
No. So what it is those, I call it a dress t-shirt. It's those shirts, it's those, tops, and then it frillies in the bottom. That's a
Yes.
peplum.
Nobody calls them that.
I would.
What are they called?
I don't know, but we don't. I don't know.
I call it frilly dress shirts.
Yeah.
You know, frilly dress shirts is more identifiable
no
than a
idea.
peplum.
A short, flared, or gathered piece of fabric wrapped around a waist or jacket or blouse. And lastly, turning on the car and removing the battery terminals determines what?
If your battery's dead.
No,
If your alternator works.
that's correct.
See, I just asked my boyfriend.
I'm like, wait,
He
your battery's
knows
dead. No,
cars.
if your alternator works.
And that is the game.
That-
Shaun, you got it, dude.
Shaun,
Thanks, man.
I can't believe.
Wow. Where can we find you at?
You can find me at Freedom Fighter Shaun D on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Maeve?
You can find me on Instagram at the Salem Divine.
Outstanding. And that is the show. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
The opinions expressed in the preceding program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.